Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to your daily divine messages from Spirit. That heart chakra activation was a bit quiet today. So interesting. Sometimes it's much louder. Yesterday it was much louder and lasted much longer. Today it's a bit quiet, a little more intimate, and a little bit softer and shorter. So maybe this collective is going in right now. I know that the weather is a bit overcast on this Friday, first Friday of November, November 8th. This is definitely, we had some solar flares from what I heard this morning. Major big solar flares, some of the biggest ones that they've had in a very long time. And so that can definitely be causing a lot of just kind of mental, maybe you're feeling a bit mentally overstimulated or discombobulated. Maybe you're feeling really emotionally drained. You know, I had a friend say that, you know, her bandwidth was just at capacity, maximum capacity, and I could feel that as well. My 12th house moon was definitely wanting just some seclusion and solitude. So perhaps that's what you're feeling as well. And if that is the case, honor it. Truly. Spirit says it's time to honor the space you might need. If you need some rest, seclusion, it's the weekend. So if you are working today, you have one more day of the week. And I'm hearing just don't fill up your schedule. You know, my former coach used to say, schedule your priorities. Don't prioritize your schedule. And though it took me a while to really understand that, this is a very activated Palo Santo as well. So interesting that we have a lot of clearing for our energy needed. And the heart activation was very, very quiet and short. So definitely showing that we are needing to just rest, to clear. Maybe you need to sage your space. Maybe there's been some, again, that strong solar activation. I'm also hearing some energy. If you feel like you've been kind of having a lot of energetic attacks, confrontations, people out of the blue, you know, trying to start fights, you know, just remember that this is the week of heightened sensitivity. This has just been a really strong and highly, highly sensitive week. This card wanted to come through. The King of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit. So, the King of Pentacles, the King of Crystals. Yes, there's that heart activation. This card has come through quite often recently. So I'm hearing that maybe there's a divine masculine who has had some heart activation. Maybe the masculine energy, the masculine collective within us all, because we all have masculine energy within us all, is being activated to move into a more stable ground. Maybe you're activating, I'm hearing activating abundance. Maybe you're activating abundance. Yes, look at that, the sun card at the bottom. So you're activating abundance. A divine masculine or the masculine energy within you is activating abundance and joy, bliss, truth. You are going in, you are having a major, I'm hearing just enlightenment. And look, and what did we talk about? I just talked about the solar flares that we've been having. So the sun is even activated right now. And it's very much penetrating the earth collective. It's having intense effects, and it may actually even be showing some activations or some. I just got a message I just heard, so you know that's interesting because I don't usually have messages, but you know I'm hearing that the sun is even activating something within us on this earth. The Sun card represents joy. It represents shining in your light, shining in your truth. Something that cannot be hidden, like the sun. The sun will always shine regardless of if it's overcast. Now my throat chakra is trying to clear out some of the gunk because of the strong Palo Santo that was burning. So you're clearing out, I'm hearing clearing out old frequencies. You're clearing out old patterns, things that used to keep your heart limited in fear, limited in dissatisfaction is what I'm hearing. And it's interesting because, and this is a message for the light workers, you know, you are meant to be the light in a world that is so dark. That is your light, your life force energy. I love this, that this came out. Life force energy. And I saw this life force energy, not this particular card the other day, or not this particular card, but just this morning I was looking at a friend's story, and she was sending, you know, asking a poll kind of question to men, asking, or to masculine, asking about what is it about the divine feminine, or what is it about the feminine temptation, or that attracts you so much. And it was interesting the answers that came through, but one of the answers was life force energy. So I thought that was pretty synchronistic there. Number 34 might be a soul path number for you. It might be 34 reduces to 7 of divine. Yes, your divine energy is being activated is what I'm hearing. You're clearing out. And it can be really, really hard right now when there is so much. Sorry, thank you, Spirit. Spirit wrapped me around back to what I was thinking about to say, is for the light workers who are on a mission to bring light to a place that is very dark, like the sun. If the sun weren't shining, it would be dark. If the sun weren't shining, then it would be dark. If the moon weren't out, it would be dark, right? It would be pitch black. Sorry, my cat was really wanting to come inside. So maybe you're really wanting to come inside. Maybe it's cold outside. I know my thoughts kind of are going all over the place right now, and I can feel that. So maybe you're feeling that way as well. Maybe you feel like you can't place your thoughts in one place, or your thoughts can't stay in one place, and I'm hearing have loving compassion for yourself during that. But maybe you are feeling like you're out in the cold and you want to come in, and you have to wait for the door to open in order to be able to come in. Maybe you're hungry for salvation. Wow, I just heard that. That's a message for someone. Maybe you're hungry for salvation. This is the card that flipped over. There was a handful of cards that also flipped over. I held them to the side because I'm not sure if Spirit wants me to look at them or not. Number 38. Blueprints. New blueprints. So you might be coming out looking from the outside, trying to come into your new blueprint, your new timeline. Really interesting. Really interesting. Maybe you're feeling like you are, like I said, looking from the outside in, and afraid to either open that door, or you feel like you have to wait for the door to be opened for you if you don't have the means to be able to open the door for yourself, or if you don't realize that the door is unlocked, all you got to do is slide it open. But you are at the precipice of these new blueprints. You are creating brand new blueprints in your life. That's why your heart chakra is activating right now. That's why you're moving into these that's why the solar flare is moving you to a brand new timeline. Look, the sun and the earth. So something is really, the solar flares really activated something on this earth. It activated new blueprints. Wow. Which is great, right? It sounds amazing. It is amazing. But at the same time, you have to realize new blueprints, new timelines also mean transition. It also means integration. And I think what we are trying to do is rush our integration period. We're trying to hurry up and move into the next timeline. And Spirit is saying it's not time yet. And that can feel really scary because you're like, well, Spirit, like, what am I supposed to do? Right? Maybe you're feeling a little bit of scarcity of whether or not this next step is going to pay your bills, if you're jumping into a new job, or if you just left a job and you're moving into your bliss work. But I'm hearing you are an earth angel. Spirit is saying have loving, Lemuria is saying have loving compassion for yourself. Have loving compassion for your new blueprints. Because you are accelerating. Your light codes are upgrading. Okay? Number 38, number 14, 16, these numbers might be significant for some. Number 27, fur and feathered friends, just like how my cat was like really wanting to come inside during this message. Maybe there are some fur and feathered friends that maybe you have a cat, or maybe you have other animals that are here as your guides and protectors. Earth angels. Maybe you've had some loved ones pass on and now they have reincarnated into fur and feathered friends. If you see eagles or butterflies or foxes or bunnies, but I'm hearing again earth, fur and feathered friends and earth, the sun. All of it is shifting and activating, and we're all going through a major portal. The 11-1 through the 11-11 time frame, that is a portal which we are in. And today, 8, 11, 8, those are two of my favorite numbers because that is the acceleration, the ascension of the 11, of parallel ascension, as you are possibly in a parallel dimension looking at past timelines to new timelines, old dimensions. You have this clear path that is accelerating, and then 8s are of healing, clearing old cycles, entering new cycles, radical abundance and expansion. That's why communication co-creation is out here. So that you can communicate and co-create. Communicate and co-create with divine, with your guides, with yourself, your higher self. I'm hearing communicate what it is that you want, what your intentions are. Communicate where you are lying in this. I'm hearing even in this new blueprint, in this precipice, in this portal, in this, what's the word? There's another word. I just keep hearing abyss. Maybe you feel like you're floating through the abyss because you are transitioning. The void, thank you. Swimming through the void is what I'm hearing. And that can be really uncomfortable. You see this card here, this last card of the Star Seer. You are a Star Seer, which means you are a seer. You can see the future, is what I'm hearing. You can see your path before you. And that can be exciting, thrilling, exhilarating, and fucking scary. I just had to, that was such an intense, the intensity of that energy. It can feel so scary that it makes you, look, now my cat wants to go to the bathroom right now. Like, he is all over the place. He's very active in this reading. So maybe your future, maybe your dreams, maybe the wish that you have been putting upon the star is so scary that it makes you pee. It makes you want to pee your pants a little bit. And that's what Oprah says. If your dreams don't make you want to pee your pants a little bit, then they're not big enough. But we get so afraid. We have been taught to shrink to those fears, to shrink to that. Thank you, Spirit. To shrink to that fear and anxiety as you are climbing the ladder. As you are climbing the ladder to your wish fulfillment. It can be really scary. It can be really uncertain. It can even be really exhausting. But guess what? You are not alone. You are seen. You are able to see. You see how all these hearts are activated right now. Have loving compassion for your journey, I'm hearing. Have loving compassion for yourself. Have loving compassion for what is being activated. The bliss. You are coming into such a beautiful, harmonious bliss. The sun and the earth. We're in this, the sun is in the sign of Scorpio right now. Okay, and that is a very intimate sign, water, emotional sign. It's a fixed water sign, very emotional, very, very fixated on their protecting their vulnerability, because the Scorpions are have the exoskeleton, right? So they have their shell on the outside, their skeletons on the outside, and that protects how vulnerable and mushy they are on the inside. And so there's like some beeping in the background now. So maybe you are feeling like you can hear signs, you can see the signs, you can feel the signs. You have these like ins and outs of clarity, or maybe you'll go in and out of certainty, or you'll go in and out of positivity, or in and out of just these alarms, these bells keep going off. But because of the fact that there's so much activating on earth, so much activating within your household, yourself, that your spirit guides are trying to communicate with you, that you can see, but you can see it with your third eye, but not your physical eyes yet. And that can feel really uncomfortable. And I'm hearing again, going back to the light workers, you are shifting. You are the leaders of the transmutation, the transmuting of these old light codes into new blueprints. And that's very exhausting. And for those who don't understand it, because we still live in such a dense 3D world, you may be feeling like you're not being productive enough because you are carrying and transmuting so much energy. This is a personal thing that I'm going through, so maybe you're feeling that as well. Spirit wanted me to share that with you. If you're feeling that way, you might be feeling, well, I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I'm not performing enough. I'm not producing enough. I feel like I am not being positive enough. But that's not the case, Spirit is saying. Spirit is saying you are climbing this ladder to a brand new timeline, to your highest potential. And in the midst of doing that, yeah, you're going to be tired. If you're hiking a mountain, you're going to be tired hiking the mountain. Nobody's like, no one's going to say, well, you're weak because you need to take a rest as you're hiking this mountain. No one's going to say, oh, you are a failure because you got up so far and you needed to eat lunch or take a nap or take a break or whatever. Maybe you decided you wanted to go down the mountain and rest and try again the next day or the next week, and that's okay. This is a truth that's coming out because my throat really wants to close up for this right now. So maybe there is some disempowering thoughts or beliefs that's making you feel like you are not hustling enough, I'm hearing. Maybe your mind, yesterday we had the Beyond the Mind card that came out. Maybe you're feeling like you are not hustling enough because your mind feels overwhelmed with what you think it should be doing. But I'm hearing Spirit say it's just not time yet. You just need more time. You need more time to chill the F out. Love this mind hustle. Thank you, Rachel. If you'd like a link to her deck, I'll post it in the description box. But the mind hustle, you can find her on Instagram. You can find her on, I think it's themindhustle.com. But she made these decks and gotta support a friend because these are great. It says breathe, meditate, whatever. Just calm your shit down. Okay? And believe. This is a beautiful card. I love the rainbow and the stars. Someone is always working on your behalf. Ah, that's so beautiful. Believe. Someone or something is always working on your behalf. I'm going to put that under communication, co-creation for sure. And look, right in between that star seed, star seer. Okay? Someone is always working on your behalf. Trust, believe. Trust and believe. So just chill out. Everything's going to be all right. Irie, everything is all right. Everything is going to be all right. Irie and bien faith. In good faith. Show your money some respect. Lay it out. Tell it thanks. And ask it to invite its friends. I love this. So maybe you're feeling, this could be something financially, if you're feeling some financial scarcity. This is really good. Thank you, Spirit. If you're feeling, excuse me, some financial scarcity, as we were kind of channeling in earlier, but, if you're transitioning from a job into your bliss work, if you're feeling that you're going in and moving out of old timelines into new timelines, you're tapping into the new light codes, the life force energy, the new blueprints of this earth. And it's, important to have that relationship with your money as well, with your material. Seeing that that money, again, also is not against you. Money is for you, is working on your behalf. Just work with it. The universe will always have its back. The universe will always meet you where it's at. You just have to be willing to meet it where it's at too. That's what I'm hearing. And yes, continuously, I'm hearing gratitudes, continuously keeping your gratitudes. And for the light workers, for those, this message is highly strongly for these star seers, these light workers, as I am pulling the highest frequency of conscious love. As you are moving into, that's why this King of Crystals is here, of material stability, of abundance and excess. You might be doing all the things, right? You may be journaling and meditating and calming down, and you may be saying your gratitudes and saying your prayers. You may be, you know, writing your your intentions. But because you're not just transmuting your own energy, but you're transmuting the energy for Earth. You hear that? Spirit says, thank you. You are not transmuting just your own energy. And your own energy has its depths, and you're uprooting really old belief systems that were put into your light codes before you were even born. You're clearing out past life timelines and wounds, soul wounds. This is intense work that's happening right now. That is Scorpio, ruled by Pluto, the planet of death and transformation, by facing your fears. Facing your fears. So you might be facing the fear of lack, scarcity, poverty. You might be facing the fear of tapping into your new blueprints, of following through on your bliss work. You might be facing the fear to believe that you have everything you need within you. This does not make you weak because you're facing those fears. This makes you so brave because you're showing up in the arena. Because you are doing the best you can to transmute. And if in those moments you're feeling really weak, call upon your guides, your archangels, divine, spirit, God, source, creator, whoever you want to call it, for protection. Archangel Michael to protect over your destiny. As I was journaling yesterday, I spent like 3 hours in the park yesterday, and and it was right after, I mean, it was such a day yesterday. I'm just, getting in and out, going through my, we just are going through the waves right now, and that's okay. But there was a quote or something that I journaled, that a download that came through as I was journaling, and it said, I am being led, I will be led to my destiny. And there's nothing I can do to change that. So I might as well embrace that. I am being led to my destiny, and there's nothing I can do to change it. So I might as well embrace it. I know it can be really hard to stay in that positive mentality. And listen, there is a such thing as, let me find the right words for it. There is a such thing as toxic positivity, where you don't allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, where you don't allow yourself to be in those vibrations as it's purging out. That does not make you weak because you are in those frequencies that are being purged out and released. I'm being shown to show you this wavelength right now. Look at the wavelength. This is a longer message, so it really needed, if you're hearing this right now, this message is for you. But you see how this wavelength has its ups and downs. This is how I'm hearing Spirit say, you are allowed. This is you. We are this frequency, moved into a human vessel, but that's all we are, is energy, light waves, wavelengths. That's all. And we're going to have, just like this sound frequency of wave, we're going to have our ups and our downs, and our ups and our downs, and our ups and our downs. We're going to be climbing up and down this ladder. We're going to be moving in and out. And that's okay. I'm hearing, though, maybe, we are seeking validation from other people when we're having these down moments. And that's what's causing us to feel guilty or ashamed of what we're going through. Because again, if you have to report to a boss, or if you have to, if you have a family that you have to, take care of, or if you have a spouse that, that cares for your well-being as well, like, they're going to ask you, why are you, going through, or, you want to be authentic. But at the same time, sometimes being authentic with others can, I'm hearing, pull them onto your wavelength. And if you're on a downward wavelength, then maybe that's not as healthy. So what you need to do is allow yourself to honor the space you need. And that can be really hard if you have responsibilities that you have to go to or you have to attend to. How do you allow yourself the space when you're having an emotional, spiritual breakdown? Yeah, you can try to talk yourself out of it by saying, I force myself to get up out of bed. I force myself to get cracking and do work. You can try the toxic positivity route by saying, all is well, I'm in abundant space. And I'm not saying that that's incorrect. I'm saying that you can be doing all of the things. Saying your affirmations, praying, journaling, doing the things. But sometimes that is not enough, because sometimes the only thing you can do is allow the wave to come through. Even if it feels like it's every other day, every time you talk to someone, like maybe because there's something that's out of alignment that you need to also look at, and that's why you're having these anxiety attacks. Spirit is really speaking here. And I feel like this is a very, very, personal and intimate message for a very select few. I feel like Spirit is also giving me some really good messages too. No matter what, have loving compassion. Have loving compassion for your journey. Have loving compassion for yourself. Have loving compassion for those around you who do want the best for you, who are just trying to help. And if it feels like they're not helping, even if they're just, their best intentions are to help, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, just have loving compassion that they are doing their best. But maybe if it's not helping or if it's not resonating, it's because you just need to go within and communicate with your creators, communicate with your guide, communicate with God. Believe that someone or something is always working on your behalf. Give thanks to what you do have. That's what's going to build the abundance. And it's not going to build overnight, Spirit is saying. Because we are cracking into new blueprints, which means clearing out poverty, lack, scarcity, fear-based mentality is not going to shift overnight. It's not going to all of a sudden clear and now you're like, all right, I'm abundance today. It's going to have its waves. It's going to have its ups and downs. It's going to have its moments. That is the expansion and contraction of life. That's the heartbeat. That's the breath of life that we constantly are going through. And if you are, feeling like some people are, or if you feel like you don't have anyone you can communicate with this to, because it feels like they're not giving the love and compassion, or they're not understanding where you're going through, I'm hearing, go to your guides. Go within. Speak to God. Or maybe even go to a therapist. And if that's not working right now, just again, the answers are all within you. I just realized that they have a little earth that they're co-creating around. Look at that with the earth here. Yeah, it's really beautiful. You are co-creating a new earth. Oh, so beautiful. So freaking beautiful. You are co-creating a new earth. And it's a ride, y'all. It's a ride. Do your best. No more and no less. And release the judgment. That's the affirmation. I didn't pull any next steps for the 4 agreements, but the 4 agreements that came through, that channeled, was do your best, no more and no less. Don't take anything personally. Everyone has their own dreams. Don't take anything personally. Embrace your freedom. And be impeccable with your words. Speak with integrity. Okay. Speak with integrity, with loving compassion. These two kind of look like each other. They kind of have the same color codes and sequence. So speak with integrity, with loving compassion over yourself, over your life. Really beautiful. Everyone has their own dream. So they're going to, anyone on this earth that's going to try to give you help or assistance or guidance, they're basing it off of their own dream. Embrace the freedom that you have. Embrace the abundance that is within you. Even if it feels like nothing. Embrace the little that you have. Embrace what you do have. And see that everyone on earth is going through their own dream, their own blueprint shift, their own awakenings. Always do your best, but don't overdo. When you overdo, you deplete your body and go against yourself. And it will take you longer to accomplish your goal. That's what I needed to hear. That's what we needed to hear today. I knew there was an always do your best that was ready to be spoken to us. Thank you. Wow, this is a lot of messages today that we needed to hear. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you all for joining in. If this message resonated with you, then that means this message was for you. And feel free to give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, Princess Leah 888. Hit that notification bell if you'd like to know whenever I am posting daily divine messages or any other episodes from my series. And I'm going to say that this is the energy check-in for the weekend as well. Since I post my daily divines Monday through Friday, I'm being called to shift that schedule. So Friday energy check-in, but this is also clearly a message for the weekend. Maybe that's why it was so much longer. So take these last few days of this, portal period, right, of the 11/1 to the 11/11 portal period of this weekend, and take care of yourself, take care of your heart, take care of your mind, take care of your belief, your money, your dreams. It's all coming into the beautiful abundance and blueprints and manifestation that your bliss has been aligning with. So trust and believe. Until next time, my beautiful beloveds, thank you so much for being here. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love. Namaste. Bye.